Hi, I'm Brian Hess, the Times Bulletin editor here in Van Wert. Today we're here with Sheriff Tom Riggenbach. He is part of our 5 Community Conversations, 5 questions, 5 answers series. And we will be asking him the same 5 questions we asked Mark Verveil. Mr. Riggenbach, glad to have you with us today.
Thank you. Please call me Tom.
Okay, Tom. First question for you. What are the most pressing challenges facing our community at a local level right now?
So I think from a law enforcement perspective, it's the drug problem, which we certainly have in this community. And it's something that's a focus for the sheriff's office that we're aware of, and we work hard to do our best to combat it in a variety of different ways. And that is something that filters down, if you will, that is involved with thefts, is involved with break-ins, and so drugs is just something that gets its fingers into everything. And while what we typically see for people who are incarcerated, if they aren't in there on a drug-related charge, most of the time, drugs plays a part in the charge that they're in jail for. And so, we will continue to do the work that best that we can in combating it, and just continue to try to make the community as safe as we possibly can.
Okay. Number 2, considering the evolving media landscape, what role do you see local papers playing in the community 5 years from now?
So I think their role is incredibly important. I think it's important that we're able to get our news from our local media, from people who are local, that know what's going on here and know what kind of community Van Wert County is, and all the great things that go on here. And so, the worry would be 5 years down the road, does local media get consumed by bigger entities in a way that our local news is being reported from someplace an hour away, an hour and a half away, and we don't have individuals who are from here, live close to here, that know what our community is about.
Question 3. In your opinion, what role should our newspaper play in promoting civic participation and community involvement?
I think they need to have a pivotal role in sharing that information. I think the public wants to know what's going on in the community. And as I've already said, we live in, Van Wert County is a great place to live, and there's so many good things that go on. And so the media's role in sharing that information, and really more specifically, these different events that have a component of volunteerism to it, and how people can become involved. If they're not involved in some way, they see an event that really interests them, how they can become involved. It's something that I continue to hear. Volunteerism just seems to kind of be on the decline. And so many of the things that go on in our community, there is that component of people volunteering to make it happen. And so I think it's important for that information to be shared with the public, certainly in hopes that more people get involved with the different things that go on in Van Wert County.
Okay. 4th question. What community events or activities do you believe our newspaper should cover to better connect with our residents?
I think a lot of the things that involve our youth, and there are so many different things that go on, because I think it's important to show how great those events are, how much those things that go on, their youth are involved in, how much they enjoy it. It allows people to kind of see that passion, and allows the youth to sometimes get to see them in some way with some media coverage. The youth is the future of our community, and I think media coverage on our youth is just a small piece of what could have a positive impression that helps people want to continue to raise their families here.
Okay, last question. Considering the current economic landscape, how can our newspapers support local businesses and contribute to economic growth in the community?
I think a lot of it has to do with the coverage that we see of new businesses coming to the community. Maybe it's expansion of current businesses within the community. Those types of things being available and shared, because if not only are we seeing it locally, the hope would be others, business related wise, if you will, if they're looking around for places to go, this information is driven out there, and they pick up on it, and they see so many of the things that are being reported on here in Van Wert County. We got to check out what's going on there. Maybe they weren't aware of us, they hadn't considered us, but they see information being driven out that is beneficial, and they're like, we got to check that place out. And I just think access to that type of information is something that would be really important.
Okay, thank you, Sheriff Riggenbach.
You're welcome
for your time.
You're welcome. I appreciate you having me.